Hi y'all, thanks for taking the time to watch my video. I know that y'all have plenty of other things that you could be doing, so I appreciate you very, very much. Today I wanted to draw a whimsical girl, and I'm just going to draw the face. What I did was I pulled up a picture on my phone. Some days I can just sit down and draw whatever comes into my imagination. And other days I need some inspiration. And today is one of those days. Now I'm using my Pentel dark blue twist erase automatic pencil. It's a 0.9. This pencil is perfect for drawing when you need to erase your lines or you made a mistake and you need to erase. This pencil is the best. It will not leave the pencil lines behind. Some pencils, no matter how hard you try, you can erase and erase and erase, and it still leaves the pencil marks, like a ghosty, shadowy pencil mark. Well, this pencil has never done that for me. I am going to be using my Jane Davenport watercolors for her skin tone. I'll also be using them later on to do her eyes and her lips. Her watercolors and her acrylic paints are the perfect shades for skin tones. If you're like me and you're not very good at mixing your own colors to come up with the perfect skin tones, her paints, her watercolors, and her acrylics are the best. going to be using my Staedtler pigment liner, a 0.3 and a 0.5. I'm going to be doing some outlining, filling in some of those spaces, like in her nose, her mouth. I'm going to do her eyelashes. I'm just going to outline her lips, her eyes, try to get everything to kind of pop. I'm going to be doing some highlighting now. I tried to use my Ranger pen, but for some reason it didn't work. I wanted to do it on the teeth. Usually I can get it to work, but for some reason today it just wasn't happening. So I'm going to be using my Molotow, and I don't know for sure if that's how you pronounce it, acrylic premium paint pen, and my Posca pen to highlight like the bridge of her nose, her eyes, her lips, and to fill in where her teeth are. I am going to start working now on the background for my art journal layout, and I'm going to be using a couple of different kinds of tissue paper that I bought at Hobby Lobby over in the gift wrap section, and I'm going to be laying that down with the Tim Holtz collage matte medium. I am so sorry, but with this first stencil, I'm not exactly for sure what brand it is. When I bought my stencils, I didn't think I would be doing videos and that I would need to know whose stamps they are or stencils they are. So I'm not sure who made this one. The second one I will use, you'll see what brand it is. And I am using on this the Creative Expressions metallic gliding polish in the Indian pink. And this is part of that same collection that I did in my last video with the gold that was so sparkly. This one is more of a metallic shimmery, but any one of these is a great medium to use in your art journal. They have so many different colors, so many different kinds. You really should try to get some of this and try it. It does not dry out like a lot of the other polishes and pastes have done on me before. And on the second stencil, I will be using the Arteza paint for that stencil. You'll notice that my girl is now cut out. What happened was I was experimenting with her hair and the experiment didn't work. But luckily for me, right before I did the experiment, I made a copy of her just in case. And I was able to save the original. I can use that one for later, and I'm going to use my copy in my art journal layout today. I'm going to add a little more texture now. I'm going to take a stencil and some modeling paste. And I'm going to put the modeling paste on there through the stencil just to add a little more texture to my page. I'm going to be wrapping it up. I'm going to go over some of the parts, maybe her eyes, and just do some touch-ups. I'm going to use my Faber Castell pitt markers to do that. And also, I'm going to use a big brush marker in her hair to kind of add some contrast shadows and stuff. And I used at the very end on the part where my little saying is, I had bought this paper at Michael's. It was it says template flowers, but it was a denim paper, and it feels like denim and looks like denim. And what I did was I just stamped on there the words that I wanted and then tore it out and used that as for my saying. well, I guess that's just about it for today. I did use, at the end for some highlighting, I used my Posca pen. I used some Distress crayons, some Tim Holtz Distress crayons, and also a Recollections, the Michaels brand of watercolor crayons to go around the edge. And I used the Nuvo glitter drops. I used the pink for inside of her lips and the blue for inside of her eyes, just to give it a little bit more pop or sparkle. And then I went over the lettering with my Posca pen. But basically, she is done for the day. So thank you again for watching my video, taking the time, and y'all have a great day.